Good evening and welcome to Saddleworth. We're here on the edge of the moors. Tell you what, glorious evening, perfect night for rugby league. Tuesday night, National Conference League live action for you here on the 13 Pro-Am Community Rugby League show. It's Saddleworth Rangers taking on Shawcross Sharks, and I was having a chat with Paul March before and we're saying that with the amount of times I'm going to be seeing Shawcross over the last couple of weeks of the season, I think we should have a season ticket. And he was just laughing at me. So anyway, my name's Dave Parkinson. Delighted to be once again alongside Mr. Steve Beach. How are you doing, Steve?
I'm doing fine, thanks Parkett. Lovely drive over here. Sunshine all the way. A little bit of a hold up on the motorway, but it's to be expected this time of night. But what a beautiful venue. We were on about Waterhead Warriors being a really nice place.
Yeah.
But the view here and the pitch, the clubhouse, first time I've ever been, and it's absolutely superb. Hopefully the game can match the surroundings.
Yeah, so Saddleworth, they actually rebuilt the clubhouse here, to be honest. A lot of time, a lot of volunteer efforts were spent in bringing this magnificent clubhouse to be in. We're here in the main stand. We've got seating around us, which you can't say that of every community club that you come to, can you? Glorious setting. I believe we're in a spot once made famous by a certain Matt Horton, who does commentary for Radio Leeds from time to time, and also our league. It's great to be in his spot this evening, and I'm sure I've seen a sign that's carved on there somewhere saying, Matt was here. I'm not quite make out the ear though, Matt, so I don't know if you're listening, whether you want to give us a nudge. If you are listening, by the way, via our speaker, we are live, and we would love for you to join in with our broadcast as well. So do feel free, if you have already signed up, to drop us a message in the chat box, and we'll keep an eye on it as proceedings go. There's a bit of a kicking competition out on the field at the moment between the Shawcross Sharks players. Good to see how close they can get to the corner flags rather than anything else. But let's tell you who's lining up for who. We'll start with the host Saddleworth Rangers. At fullback, it's the experienced Stephen Neal. Amongst the back line, it's Rob Charles, Calvin Ojiburo, Sam Hart and Charles Mills. At halfback, it's Matty Whitehead and Ben Marsden. In the front row, Jack Holden, Freddie Wilson and Rhys Waring. A back row that consists of Adam Jeffrey, Jack Kenway and Gareth Morgan. And a bench that will contain Phil Wood, Josh Bradbury, Robert Froggatt and Blake Morgan. That's for head coach Wes Rogers, who's no stranger to these parts. He's back in the top job here. And he's been in charge for the last 6 weeks, and quite noticeably their form has picked up in that time, Steve. For Shawcross Sharks, they line up with Callum Barker at fullback. It's a back line of Josh Frayne, Nathan Wright, Tom Ripley and Lucas Smith. Half-back pairing, as it was on Friday night, Tom Ashton and Evan Stevenson. And then it's a front row that features Paul Chacunya, Joel Russell and the excellent Tennyson Neal, who was brilliant in defeat at the weekend. The back row that consists of Jack Toulson, Ben Ripley and Dec Tomlinson. And a bench, they've had a little bit of late drama, so Cian Lister was originally given to us on the team sheet. He's had to pull out, so Brad Burns takes his spot. Harrison Sutcliffe, Alex Baines and Connor Foster are alongside him. Our referee for this evening's game is Mr Pemberton, and we're just moments away from the start. I can see over to my left hand side Saddleworth Rangers coming out of the dressing room area, so they'll soon be joining us on the field, and there's some late supporters that are also making sure that they make the kick-off as well, Steve.
Yeah, as I said before, it's a beautiful ground, and obviously over to my right hand side they've got an absolutely fantastic illuminated scoreboard, which is a massive benefit to us who have got the greatest device like that.
So yeah, why did you look at me when you said that?
No, just the binoculars in the car that I saw on the way in.
Oh, so I mean, this is going to be a top evening as well, to be fair. Really looking forward to this one. So both sides then making their way out towards the middle of the field. We're seconds away from starting up. We could be underway directly on time here, 19:30 exactly. Both teams on the field, it never catch on. Certainly doesn't in Super League. They're always a couple of minutes late there, aren't they?
Are they ever?
So, interestingly enough, both of these sides in a variation of black kits. So, Saddleworth in the traditional black and white, and for Shawcross Sharks, it's a kind of black, red, and amber kits that they have. Very smart it is. Very 2020s. very much like something that you'd see on a computer game. I like it. So, it's going to be Saddleworth Rangers to get us underway right at the start of this game. You know what I'm liking here? Already looking at the Saddleworth kit. Big numbers.
Big white numbers.
I do like this. Big white numbers on black shirts, and away we go. So the kick-off is taken by Matt Whitehead. Underneath that one is Barker. He funnels it back to his right hand side. It's an error already from Shawcross Sharks. Oh, the ferocity of the hit was tremendous, to be fair, from Saddleworth Rangers. So Saddleworth, they are in a little league of their own at the moment, alongside Might and Warriors for who's going to stop up. The two of them meet this coming weekend. So this is an important game for Saddleworth Rangers. I've mentioned already about the form certainly showing an upturn in recent weeks. And if you also look as well at the last time these two sides played, well, I think Saddleworth owe Shawcross Sharks something, because they lost by 32 points to 12. It's brought down the right hand side, carried in there by Kelvin Oshaburo. In fact, we've got 3 and 4 swap round actually, so that's Sam Hart. Now there's the big figure of Adam Jeffrey, he's virtually over the line. They're trying to carry him over. Has he got it down? Oh, he's held up. Superb bit of defensive work there, to be honest, from Shawcross Sharks. They dragged him towards the dead ball line, so he's going back to the 10. That's where he played directly in centre field. Ball goes off the left. Linking with Whitehead. Oh, he loses it under pressure. Superb hit. And picking up the pieces is Nathan Wright for the visitors. So we've got our first change to the official team sheet. Kelvin Ojiburo actually wearing 4 out there this evening. He's involved in this latest tackle for Saddleworth Rangers. Shawcross Sharks midway between the 20 and 30 metre line. Big tackle coming in. Only able to make 5 metres on that last carry. Quick play the ball, shuffled off to this left hand side. There's Shakunya, played in the second row last weekend. Now Stevenson gets rid of it quickly down this left hand side. Oh, flying out to make the hit there. There's a superb tackle from Reece Waring. Although it has been ripped out, and it is a penalty the way of Shawcross Sharks. So they've got this penalty just over their own 40 metre line. And they'll be able to advance beyond halfway now. So we'll get our first chance to see an attacking shape here from Shawcross Sharks.
Venturing obviously into the Saddleworth half. Let's see what they can do with this.
Stevenson works into Chakunya feels the full force of the impact. He's up as far as the 40 metre line over this left hand side of the field. We'll continue working this channel with Stevenson, who then feeds it out to Ben Ripley. Ripley running strongly down this left hand side as far as the 30 metre line. Infield it comes to Stevenson, across with Tomlinson. Oh, it's good movement, excellent work to Barker. Barker slips it out, superb work there. Absolutely brilliant stuff, but he has lost it on contact, and it means that it's been picked up there by Kelvin Oshaburo. Well, they asked some questions there, didn't they, to be honest, the Shawcross Sharks?
Yeah, same as last week, putting the ball through hands as well, and having some success.
Been going for 3 minutes so far in this game. Glad to have your company this evening. Tuesday night National Conference League action might catch on, you never know, as Shawcross Sharks bring it away from trying to put the pressure on, I should say. Being brought away from their own line by Reece Waring for Saddleworth Rangers. Back to Whitehead. Whitehead gets a solid kick away. It's a lovely kick, it's a deep kick. All the way back to collect it though is Josh Frayne, 10 metres away from his own line. Manages to return the ball with a bit of interest, almost as far as the 30. Rolled down in the middle of the field. He'll play this ball once again to Barker. Barker shuffles it to his left-hand side to Lucas Smith. I thought he gave it a really good effort last week in defeat against Waterhead.
Yeah, very much so.
Ripley, charge forward, lots of self-preservation, just over his own 40 metre line. Now across the halfway line. There goes that one against Tomlinson. Always is a handful for any defence. Tomlinson.
Yeah, very busy.
Now up to Josh Wright. Stevenson drops it back over his shoulder, looking for some strong running on the angle. Shawcross Sharks hit back to the middle. It's played, and the hooker Russell gets it out to the right hand side. Kick goes up in the air. It's a good chase as well, to be fair, from Shawcross Sharks. And Saddleworth will start this attack just 10 metres from their own line.
It's going to be a test here for Saddleworth coming up from that 10 metre mark. Let's see how they can do.
Decent tackling as well from Tennyson Eagle. Good run out of dummy half though, looking to pick the pace up. There's the veteran Stephen Neal. onto Whitehead, throws a dummy to his left hand side, surges on himself, he's up as far as to 40, it's a good run, he's landed on his front, he's played it back quickly, here comes Freddie Wilson, puts it to the right hand side, it's moved through hands yet again, Evan Stevenson comes in to make the tackle, up as far as the halfway line, Saddleworth Rangers, they run out of tackles, it's back with Whitehead, he skies it, he's put a bit of spin on that ball, he's coming down, it's a superb take to be honest by Smith, he tries to launch the counter attack but finds himself overwhelmed by the black and white of Saddleworth Rangers. We've been going for 6 minutes here, 0-0 the score. Hope you're enjoying the coverage as it's brought out by Barker, steps past a couple of defenders, eventually upended and put down by Matty Whitehead in the middle of the field, 40 metres from his own line. Popping up on the short run there is Nathan Wright, so Nathan Wright up to the halfway line. Now it's moved off to the right hand side again. Oh, Barker, lovely work. It's further away to Frame. Frame spills it under a bit of pressure, but manages to get it backwards, tearing his way down the right hand side.
Oh, lovely ball.
Jack Tillerson. Although we got the ball out, it's a penalty. So a penalty will go the way of Shawcross Sharks. They show some great initiative down that right hand side then, didn't they?
Yeah, as you were saying before, the two centres have changed the shirts.
Yeah, we do our best in the National Conference League, and I know it's a big
pick-up, I must admit.
It's a big char grill, to be honest, of a lot of hard-working secretaries up and down the National Conference League. When you do a team sheet, you hand it out to everybody, and suddenly a couple of players end up swapping numbers and swapping shirts. Anyway, Shawcross Sharks, 10 metres away from the line, looking to attack now with Tomlinson. He spins it out to Stevenson, who plays it at the front man Ripley. Ripley's 12 metres from the line, over on his left-hand side of the field, about 10 metres away from the post. It's taken back towards the middle by Chakunya. Chakunya, big, strong challenge. Certainly a big, strong challenge on him. He's 5 metres out from the line. Picked up and sent to the right-hand side. Lovely work to Tennyson Neagle. He's the meat in the sandwich there. 3 players shut him down. Moved up really quickly. Now it's run from dummy half. Good little run as well from Russell. He's sniping. He's got virtually to the line. Just about shoved back in the field of play. 2 players chucking their bodies on the line there, but can they hold him up there? Neagle is just about rolled over on his back shot of the try line. He's going to play this shot, and Russell tried to pick it up, but there was a diving motion from the Saddleworth Rangers players. They've conceded a second penalty in quick succession.
It's going to be a tough one here. Really putting some pressure on here.
So Russell taps, sends it back to Tomlinson. He plays it to Chakunya. What a hit that was! A fierce challenge from Waring. Just short of the line. Here they come. It's an all or nothing sort of surge. That one from Tomlinson. Yeah. But certainly after try number 10 of the season and just held up, just denied. So we've been going here for 8 minutes of the game. Russell will work Joey half duties again. He puts it right to Chakunya. Chakunya ducks it under his wing, takes the tackle. Stopped directly in the centre of the field. Sent down the right hand side now. Lovely dummy. Oh, there's a chance here. And a chance in the corner. Has he got it down? No, he hasn't. It's not Charles who's there, stopped in the corner. Lovely little play out to him. Now brought back to the middle. There's the full-back Callum Barker. Barker stepping into the 20 he goes. The leg is hooked, he's lifted and forced back by Jeffrey. Last tackle signal. Shawcross Sharks point down the right hand side. Little cute kick. It's back, however, with Ashen. He's offside as the player.
Good defence there, very good defence there by Saddleworth. I mean, obviously, as I said, they're going to find it difficult, but they've held them out there and kept them back quite a bit, actually.
Couldn't help himself there, could he, in picking up the ball. So Saddleworth, they'll come out from their own end. Because of the geography of this ground, so behind the nice row of greenery that you can see here, Steve, behind there's a babbling brook, so this is why we don't keep to touch on that side.
Absolutely beautiful. Lovely evening, floodlights and all. You can't just see them under the stands, but yeah.
Wilson tapped, handed on for the running, all done by Ojiburo. Now they're carrying on, bringing it through the centre of the field here. I'll tell you what, he's come a long way to involve himself in the tackle. The referee calls held, and Nathan Wright has to go all the way back to his centre position. He has left a gap, and quick as you like, they're down that way with Kenway. And all of a sudden, 35 metres away from the line, Saddleworth Rangers applying the pressure again. Whitehead finds his half-back partner. He spins into the right-hand side. Ball just put down, unfortunately, by Jeffrey. It was looking really, really promising then, wasn't it, for Saddleworth?
Yeah, they certainly moved well out of their own after and put the ball together. But just a little fumble there, which just let them down. But things looking positive for them.
Big Rob Froggatt is already on for Saddleworth Rangers. Just trying to see who's missing from the lineup. In fact, it's almost like they've decided we're chucking 2 different props on at an early stage. Game is 11 minutes old. It is an early change as well. It's a good job you can have unlimited interchange in the National Conference League. As he comes left from the base of the scrum, Tom Ripley has nowhere to go. He'll play it to Stevenson, who drops it back inside, looking for the running of Lucas Smith just over the 30-metre line. Sent into Tomlinson keeps it going to Tennyson Neal, 40 metres from his own line, stretches out to gain a couple of extra metres with some great footwork, and then it's put into the middle with Tomlinson, to Stevenson back over his shoulder to the man playing Ben Ripley. So down this same side we've got Ben and Tom Ripley. It's not a firm of solicitors. That pass just goes loose. Now, I really like the effort coming down that left-hand side. Then even Stevenson had spotted they were a little bit short on numbers, Steve, but the pass didn't meet the ambition.
No, I've got to say, in the middle, much the same as last week, Tomlinson dictating things with his passing game, spreading the ball out to both sides really effectively.
Just going to be a scrum. So the Rangers electing to take it into the middle of the field. Both sides have fired a couple of warning shots at each other, haven't they, in these first 10-15 minutes?
Yeah, very much so. They've been end-to-end stuff, to be fair.
Here's Whitehead, drops back over his shoulder to Ojiburo, big strong character. Big strong carry from him towards halfway. Lost a couple of metres there though. Ends up being a good tackle from Russell. Perhaps a little bit of messing around. Russell gets brushed off next time though. Froggatt showed no prisoners. Now they're picking the pace up. To the half-back Marston running at the defence down this right-hand side. It was an acting run. And he stopped 30 metres from the line. Infield it's moved to Jeffrey. Former Lancashire representative, drives it as far as the 20. He's in centre field. Ball played left. Froggatt gets rid of it quickly. It's out amongst the back line with Whitehead. And there's the full-back Neal. Neal just about held up. Great defence there from Nathan Wright. Met him up top, forced him backwards. He's 15 metres out from the line, over on the left-hand side of the field. He'll come back towards the middle. And that's a super run there from Froggatt. He angled himself back out towards the wing. Brushed a couple of ineffective defenders out. They've got another set of 6 coming up here. And a run goes for the line. It's a good run as well. Is that Holden underneath that? He'll play the ball. We'll go from dummy half again with Wilson. Has Wilson got there? No, he hasn't. He'll play it short of the try line. Still, he'll have another go. Whitehead steps, runs it straight. And then again, wrapped up by 2. Good try line defence this from Shawcross Sharks. Can they hold them out? Well, here's Jeffrey. He'll take a good tackle to stop him. Oh, he nearly got over. Plays it quickly. That is going to be the first try. It's such a quick and swift play of the ball. Freddie Wilson diving between the posts. Superb work there, Steve.
As I said, they're not fighting to get the ball somewhere. They're really getting it, the ball moving about. And some great pressure there. And under the sticks, making the conversion hopefully a lot easier for the kicker.
So yes, so it's going to be Whitehead to kick the goal. He's been quite prolific in a side that has been struggling for points at times this season. 12 tries, 40 goals.
I was just saying earlier on, I mean, he's the star man, isn't he? Very much so.
Oh, he's a cracking guy as well. A really good fellow. I know he played for Bala Lancashire a few years ago, actually went to Serbia with him. Very good company.
You don't get those figures, do you? Not being a good player. He's lining up, ready to hopefully add the 2 points to this try. We've seen Saddleworth settling himself down. There you go, he adds the 2.
Just to make it, Saddleworth Rangers 6, Shawcross Sharks 0. So that first try coming, 15 minutes into the game. So both sides have been testing each other out, haven't they, Steve? It's been a really good opening to the game, a little bit scrappy in parts, but both sides have been impressed.
To be fair, they've both been, it's been end-to-end stuff. They've both challenged the opposition's try line. So it's going to be an open game.
And both needing to win for different reasons, So Shawcross Sharks need 1 win to wrap up 3rd position. They need 3 wins and a defeat from the Dewsbury Moor Maroons to go up into 2nd spot and get the automatic promotion spot. And I mentioned before, Saddleworth Rangers in a bit of a shootout with Mighton Warriors, who they played the weekend. So it's first blood Saddleworth, and that is powered back into the defence there from Jack Holden. Good surge up towards the 20-metre line. He's over on the left-hand side of the field. Wilson, the try scorer, scoops it up into the arms of Roger 30 metres out of his own line. Quick play of the ball. Wilson moves it right. Again, they come forward again. I'm liking the quick play of the balls. They're getting playing this ball at immense speed. It's allowing men like Froggatt the chance to march his way forward. And he's gone over halfway. That's brilliant, guys! Superb yards, there's 4 players on him there and he still managed to make the metres. It's brought right to Whitehead, he'll play out to Neild, vastly experienced, short pass there to his right hand side to Sam Hart. Hart to play it on the edge of the 30-metre line. Back to Whitehead in the centre of the field, angle kick towards the left touch line. And then it's spilled by Frayne. Another set of 6 coming up here, is it? Offside is the call. And referee in a much better position than we are to award that penalty, and it'll go the way of Shawcross Sharks. But I tell you what, I think Whitehead's seen enough of Frayne to think we're going to kick it in all night.
Yeah, I agree. It's just the ball movement is really good. And I think they've just settled down the kicking now. So
I mentioned before about the try that was scored by Freddie Wilson. I've checked the stats, I've added the abacus up. It's just his 2nd score of the season, that one. Could it come in a more important challenge? Well, Shawcross Sharks in possession, over on the right hand side of the field. Jack Toulton, who was so impressive in stints against Waterhead, he's all wrapped up by 3 players. They have a slight corner of dummy half to make an extra 6 or 7 metres. Moving into dummy half now is Joel Russell. He'll skim it to his left. Quickly got rid of by Tom Ashen into the arms of Chappell. Chappell to the halfway line for Shawcross Sharks in centre field. They trail by 6 points now. Ashen back over his shoulder, looking for Toulson again. Toulson really sets himself, came back with a bit of vengeance, really good 7 or 8 metres. Ball played in centre Stevenson in the middle of the field. He looks up, looks down, decides to take the defence of himself. Big men don't like little men running at him. He's tackled 30 metres out. Here's Ashen following up on the next challenge. He's over on the right hand side of the field, and that's where he's tackled about 20 metres in from the touchline. Back to Stevenson. He finds Tomlinson. Tomlinson kicking for the left corner. Smithy's after this one. Interesting ground this as well, because it actually slopes away from that top corner, doesn't it?
Yeah, so you would think that the kick into that corner could well hold up. So it's an interesting tactic there from Tomlinson. I'm just wondering how he'll get on a bit later when they turn around. Will he use the same tactic at the other end?
The ball just beat everybody by the way to roll into touch, so it means that Saddleworth Rangers, they'll take possession 10 metres from their own line. They'll come back to the centre of the ground. They've managed to pass it to a place of the field where there's not many black and white shirts. Always dangerous if you can make an error there, but they look pretty solid as Stephen Neal takes another run, skirts across a couple of defenders, takes on Ripley in the second row, gets the better of him there. 2 Ripleys involved in that challenge. Now it's a stuttering run, straightening up now is Rob Charles. Rob Charles doing well. 7 tries for him this season, plays at 14 metres out from his own line. There's the loose forward Gareth Morgan, another player that's represented Lancashire in his time. He's up as far as the halfway line. Plays it back to Wilson. Wilson continues going in the left-hand channel. There's Froggatt. I'll tell you what, he's making a ton of metres for every carry, isn't he, at the minute? We've been going now for almost 20 minutes of the game. Ball back with Whitehead. Tries a little chip over the top. I'm not sure how much Russell knew about it as he got on and managed to put some pressure on. The referee rules that it was played against him rather than him playing against the ball. As it happens, it's going to be a turnover 40 metres from their own line as far as Shawcross Sharks concerned, Steve.
Yeah, it's been a tussle. I mean, nobody's really got on top as such, even though Rangers are 6 points up.
Just a one try and goal so far in this game. Came 15 minutes on Freddie Wilson. Going forward is Lucas Smith. Finds himself overwhelmed by 3 defenders from Saddleworth Rangers. Still managed to get over the halfway line though. And Stevenson, the boss in the middle, fires the ball out looking for Neagle. Neagle will help though, but he's interested to centre Lojibero, so is there a gap down that side? We'll never know. It's brought back to the left, and Asher shot there for Ripley. Referee looks into his touch, doesn't get a call, so we'll play on.
Knock on forward,
Ripley passes to his right hand side to Stevenson. He finds Tomlinson, who passes it without going forward. He'll try and go forward without actually doing much, but another set of 6 has come in because he was charged down and was that ball. So perhaps a bit of luck going the way of Shawcross Sharks. That's beautiful footwork from Wright, but eventually he steps right into a challenge there from Jeffrey, who wasn't letting go. He was sticking to him like glue, wasn't he? 30 metres away from the line, Shawcross Sharks. Tomlinson goes again down the middle, drags in 3 defenders. The ball's loose, the ball's free. Stevenson down the left hand side, superb pass, another superb pass down the left. Is it a try? You bet it's a try. Smith touches down at the corner. That is brilliant from Shawcross Sharks. What a lovely pass to the left hand side by Tom Ripley. What a brilliant piece of play from Tomlinson.
Yeah, Tomlinson, as we know from the other night, if you don't wrap him up properly, he will get that ball out, and he did. Quick movements over there to the left hand side, and Shawcross are in at the corner.
6 points to 4 with the kick to come from Tomlinson. There's a couple of worries in the corner. I'm trying to see who it is who's down, but it's happened right behind right behind the lighting stanchion, so I can't actually see who's down. We have got a slightly raised view here in the stand as well, but it's just happened right behind them. So the game will be stopped while he's receiving attention. Tomlinson, meanwhile, heavily involved in that attempt conversion from his left hand side of the field.
And he's another one who's got a good strike record with the boots out on the touchline, but I won't put this against him because he has got a good record.
1 from 2 in the games that we were following last weekend. But you're right, he's kicked over 50 goals. He's heading towards the 60 mark for the season. Depending on where you look, he's already reached 60. So thankfully, Stephen Neal, who was receiving attention at the back, he's okay for Saddleworth Rangers, rejoins his teammates. Tomlinson, meanwhile, one last look at the ball, sends it long, sends it across the face of the post. He's virtually at the corner flag.
Let me down totally though, hasn't he?
You're giving the big build up, Steve. This is what happens when you build up kids defenders.
Good job I'm not getting any money to put on him.
So 6 points to 4. But more importantly, Shawcross Sharks, that's probably the first time they've had some sustained attack, isn't it? And they came up with 2 classic balls to end up with the try corner for Lucas Smith. So 6 points to 4. Saddleworth Rangers on the halfway line again to get us back underway. It's sent long, it's sent high. It's a good take in centre of the field. Initially it looked like that was going to go long, then it was dropped a little shorter. Chicunya, I'm really liking him, you know.
Puts a lot of metres in and a lot of effort. He'll do a long stint.
And now Neagle as well. Look at that for a run. That all came back off the Chicunya playing the ball. He's being matched towards the touchline, however, but you've got to be smart to get Neagle out into the touch. So, little chance around dummy half there from Toulson. Pinches 5 metres. Russell into the middle of the field with Stevenson. He continues bringing it to the left hand side. Chicunya with another punishing run over halfway. Last tackle reached here. We're quite happy with how they've gone in this set, to be fair. With Shawcross Sharks, Stevenson back to Tomlinson. It is the last tackle. Tomlinson will kick it into the corner. Does it take a bounce and go into touch? Yes, it does, according to our touch judge over on that far side, who I was chatting to before. He is a Lather. We get everywhere.
We're not going to go down that road again, I can tell you that.
I can't help it. I can't help it if Lee's like the centre of the universe. Listen, where the community lines up to other training sessions? It's in Lee. Centre of the universe. Anyway, let's get back on this game, shall we? It's a solid hit forward by Josh Bradbury, the substitute. Pocket-sized he is, Bradbury. It's a good meters. Shot there. And Charlie Mills plays it fairly quickly. Wilson gets rid of it to the right-hand side. It's good work. They do move this ball well. They're playing a little bit of good structure here, to be honest, to Saddleworth, and it's got them over the halfway line. So Whitehead once again does a couple of dummies. Then takes on the defence. Almost slices through.
Whitehead's looking really, really good.
He is a classy player. Great character as Neil, released it to Froggatt. Froggatt looked like he was going to pass, then decided to run, then pops it back to Neil. Neil over the 20-metre line, still rolling his way forward with 15 metres out from the line. Last tackle signalled here. It's got to come down this right-hand side. It goes out to the 7 Marsden. Marsden then back in the infield. And I tell you what, that's an all-or-nothing sort of run. He's reached the try line. Sam Hart took the ball. Sam Hart powered his way through. Sam Hart grabs the try at the side of the post.
Absolutely. I thought he was going to come over, let you back. I thought he was going to come over to this right, come over to the right hand side. Cut back inside and went in just to the left hand side of the post. Really great move. And these two are really, really well matched.
They certainly are. So 10 points to 4 now in favour of Saddleworth Rangers. What a try that was. What a change of direction, to be honest, from Sam Hart. And how strong was he to hold off the defence?
The other thing is as well, with the slope on this pitch, changing that direction, you will get some momentum going down that hill. And obviously you've got the guys who are coming up the other way easily to wrong foot, and you've then got the momentum again against them. So
he did really well, didn't he? To wrong foot the defence and step back towards the post, and he strengthened the rest and took him past the 3 defenders. Whitehead looking for goal number 2 of his evening. Steps in, converts as well, makes it 12 points to 4. We've been going for 27 minutes, Steve. Does it feel like we've been going that long?
It doesn't. All action, all been in place, the majority of the time. In fact, I don't think I've seen a scrum yet.
Oh, there's been a couple of scrums. There has been a couple of scrums. So, Wilson opens scoring for 15 minutes. Sam Hart has just gone over with 27 minutes on the board. In between times, we had that try from Lucas Smith, which came after 23 minutes. It's all action. 12 points to 4. The most important stat of all was Tomlinson on the halfway line. Goes short. It's allowed to bounce to Saddleworth. It makes it difficult for Whitehead, but he just makes it look simple. And wins a penalty as well for a high shot. Check on you just coming through. Being a bit too enthusiastic.
I think we know the danger that Whitehead poses to the tree. But nothing, I think there's anything deliberate in that. I think it was just they want to make sure they get the man.
That's the centre, Oshigboro. It's a big man, isn't it? Ball's loose, but it was ripped out by Tomlinson. He was wrestling around the ball. And more than a bit of a helping hand, I think. So this time they'll take the penalty towards this right hand touchline. Wilson seeing what's on from his support player. Good run. What a run from Jeffrey. Makes 15 metres down the ground. Quick play the ball as well. Wilson releases it to Morgan, who spills and it goes backwards, does it? No, the referee has ruled it as a knock.
I think the initial momentum was forward. Great run there by the second run.
So it's going to be a scrum in favour of Sharks, but that's another one of the chances Bock really, isn't it, as far as Saddleworth are concerned. So it's Rangers who are leading by 12 points to 4, but Shawcross looking to take possession in the centre of the field, lining players up down the left but take it to the right hand side. Oh, that's a flying challenge coming in there, and Nathan Wright. All or nothing sort of stuff there from
a couple of inches higher. That could have been in trouble to be fair.
Could have been. Ball now with Wilson. Just the ball under his arm really strongly. challenges the defence and gets it 40 from his own line. Neagle, he forces 2 players back, and he's spun and twisted, easy for me to say, up to the halfway line. Down left with Stevenson. Stevenson does once, does twice, takes on the defence, gets it to Chacunya lays it off to Ashen. Ashen following up through the middle, but he's well caught by Whitehead and company. 3 players involved themselves in the stop, including Jack Kenway, who was latest out of it. It's quickly sent down his left hand side from Tomlinson, but it is drifting forward. It means that we will have the turnover.
Again, Shawcross not fighting to move that ball about. The other thing that really surprises me is how tuned in Shawcross are, considering they only played on Friday as well. Not a lot between games, as they say, and we'll see how that fares a little bit later on as we get later on in the game.
Well, what else would they be doing on Tuesday night? They'd be training, wouldn't they? So it's, I'm sure players would rather play than train. But you're right, there is a
matches back to back that close.
There is a bit of a sharpness. And, we were talking to Paul March before. They face it's been a heck of a schedule. 5 games in 16 days. This is the second of them. Saddleworth in possession. Played back by Charles. There's Froggatt again. He's been outstanding so far as this is going on. To the halfway line. Plays it quickly. We've got number 18 on who isn't actually listed on the team sheet. So anybody's guess, we'll try and work that out as we go on. So Froggatt's been on. We've got Josh Brodbury on. Neil plays it off left to Morgan. We'll come through the middle here with Saddleworth. You know what? The 18's going school, won't he? He's 30 metres out from the line, puts it right. Good work. Out to Jeffrey.
Runs with some pace.
He does. Runs with power as well. Ben Marston showing up well in this game. Ball played. Infield it comes to Marston. Marston full of running. Slips the ball back. Looking for some support there is Froggatt. Kicks it forward. Tell you what, they've done well there. They're going to have to come out from their own end here. Shawcross Shacks. We have got an injury. Joel Russell who's down his haunches. I think we're going to have to make a change here. So Joel Russell will come from the field. And as we said, the change has been made as far as Shawcross is concerned. Well, I'm looking for a 17 or a 14 going on. Then I can work out who that little number 18 is for the Saddleworth Rangers. Meanwhile, they're under a heck of a lot of pressure here. Shawcross, real pile driving tackle. There's a good 4 or 5 players going there on the try scorer Lucas Smith. Chacunya, good run. Gets it out as far as the 20 metre line is concerned. That's a fantastic run under the circumstances.
Always willing to take the ball, not fighting the turn.
Ashen got rid of the ball quickly on the right hand side, but they're not going anywhere quickly. If they could get another Chacunya on there, they'd be sorted there, because he's making the metres. Tennessee Neagle's made meters. Little dummy comes in from Ashen. Can't quite split the defence. Last tackle signal here. Evan Stevenson, last tackle. He can't die with the ball. He's still trying to wriggle his way forward. Can somebody tell him to pass the ball? He's not going to pass the ball. In fact, is the referee somehow wearing the tackle countdown? Because it's dropped anyway for Tennessee Eagles, so we won't find out what will happen. Then kick called by Barker. It's all in vain. Fullback was quick on that ball though, wasn't he?
Some good defence there by Saddleworth, keeping them just inside their own, keeping Shawcross just inside their own half.
Hope you're enjoying the coverage this evening on our Spreaker channel, 13 Gallant Community Rugby League show. If you've not heard us before, well, welcome to the party. We've been talking about Community Rugby League all the way through the season. We've got our next episode tomorrow night, haven't we?
We certainly have. It's going to be yet another jam-packed full-on we've got. I mean, obviously we've been out, I've been out twice, you've been out 3 times, so
I love it. Can't get enough of Rugby League. You know, Steve. Good run coming out from the base of the scrum. It's going to be played by Sam Hart. Nice work. Out to Jeffrey. He surges his way forward inside the 30 metre line. 15 metres in from touch. All on waves our match official. Another set restart. Froggatt's in support. Instead, the dummy half goes forward. Wriggles his way inside the 10. Tell you what, they're Dennis inside, moving forward, Saddleworth Rangers. Froggatt now. Tucks the ball under his wing, drives headlong for the post. It's 10 metres out. Plenty of pointing at the defensive line. Good options left and right of the ruck. It's sent left. Morgan rolls it across his chest. Chakunya is there with the help of two of the defenders to bring him down. And eventually he's tackled to the floor, but there's a bit of skullduggery there. Referee will go to his pocket. And I think it's Tomlinson, yeah. So Tomlinson sin bin. So that sin bin comes in 35 minutes into the first half.
That could be telling, because Tomlinson, as we've been saying, is an integral part to the side. Certainly with ball movements and getting out to the wings. There's a bit more on Stevenson. I think the number 7, who's been having a really good game as well.
Yeah. What would you do with this? Would you tap and run, or would you go for the goal?
No, I think with the numbers, I'd tap it and go.
Looks like that's what they're going to do. I just think this is a freebie 2 points. I don't think we see enough of it in the game these days, to be fair. But it is going to be tapped. Froggatt just moves himself a little wider into the middle of the field. He'll take the carry. Oh, he had to dip for the pass. Tell you what, it gave him a bit of extra impetus. He's nearly over the line.
Go, dodge his arms to get hold of him.
Now it's back with Whitehead. Whitehead drifting across left. Oh, the defence did well to catch him up, but there is gaps appearing in this short cross Sharks line. Can they make the most of it? It's sent right with Marston. Marston places it at the front man. It's Hart again. Hart at the double, right to the side of the post. And you can't say it's Saddleworth Rangers giving the Sharks a heart attack.
I mean, the movement, they brought it back to this right-hand side, and again gone inside in at the side of the post, again making it easy for Whitehead for the kick. It's going to be really interesting this next 10 minutes with Tomlinson off. Obviously they've already hit that try, which I'm sure they converted. I'd be very surprised if it's not. Saddleworth showing up, short cross of got to grit the teeth and
they've got to find their way back into it somehow, haven't they? And don't get me wrong, 12 points is nothing in the modern game. Even 14 with the kick to come from Whitehead if he's successful. But this Saddleworth side looks hungry. They look organised. They've got some big men that are making big inroads, and they've got a centre that's popped up for 2 tries already.
They're putting some good moves together. They've got some really good planned things going on, and you can see them unfolding.
Whitehead, just to the right hand side of the post, looking to make it 18 points to 4. Culture's right boot, it's successful. I love the way he just dropped that into the tree behind the post, and it just fell through the leaves.
I think they planted those trees on purpose because it's done a cracking job for those 3 goals.
And to be fair as well, they've got some new houses behind there as well, so I bet they're pleased that those trees have got less double glazing needed.
Nice crowd building as well, Parky.
Yeah, there is. 3 sides of the ground have spectators around them. We're here in the main stand area. Lovely setting, lovely evening for rugby league. So far it's Saddleworth Rangers night, leading by 18 points to 4. If you just joined us, 3 tries. The home side have scored, 2 from Sam Hart and 1 from Freddie Wilson. 3 goals from the boot of Matt Whitehead. Well, that offers the difference between the 1 try that's been scored so far from Lucas Smith. Barker gets us underway. It's a long kick downfield. Oh, it's stood on his point. Charging in is Froggatt. Tell you what, you're a brave man if you were going to stop Froggatt in front
of him. Yeah, I agree.
Wonderful run back into the attack.
He just stood up nice for him to take as well to get on
Come on, Woody. Well done, Woody.
So I'm just having a look because that 15 is saying Wood, so it's not Bradbury. So Woody's wearing 15.
Come on, Gaz.
We'll get there in the end. But it's Morgan up to the halfway line. You listen out for the cries of who was saying this number 18 is. Hart goes forward again down this right hand side, gets inside the 40 metre line, 40 metres and less away from the line. As far as Saddleworth are concerned, little neat interplay there involving Jack Kenway, who straightens things up in the middle of the field. It's 30 metres out, they've run out of tackles. Here's Whitehead, keeps his kick low, dabs it into the corner. Good take. Well, he was under a ton of pressure there, was Lucas Smith. Under loads and loads of pressure. The tackle was tremendous as well. He's 15 metres out from his own. I think he's pinched one there. The referees told him to find space, so we had to somehow. 18 points to 4 the score. And Saddleworth now in command and applying pressure with the defence. Still, the track away from their own end here. Shawcross Sharks. Ethan Wright to play in centre field. It's about to have done my half and sent to the. I was going to say, he just doesn't seem to tire, does he, Tennessee? One of those players who can rely on to come up with 15, 20 carries a game, and he's won a penalty as well, straight offside of Saddleworth. Little tap taken by Stevenson. He can't be that quick. He has a cute play from the half-back. He has a quick smile and laugh with the referee as he tosses in the ball. But we're going to start to tap 40 metres out of the line. They could do with points in this set because we're right on the cusp of half-time. Will they find that? Well, it's going to be tapped by Harrison Sutcliffe. He sends it on to Stevenson, who finds Neagle, and Neagle finds his front. It's 30 metres out from the line, directly in centre field. Sutcliffe will push his ball right. Ashen gets rid of it to Chacunya, this time cutting in from, it seems to be a second row sort of position to be fair. Baines is on as well for Shawcross Sharks, continuing to work the ball down the right hand side. But it's been a really good challenge between Nathan Wright and Kelvin Ejigbowo down that side. And Ejigbowo just getting the better of it so far. But there's a penalty coming in here. Is that a penalty the way of Shawcross Sharks? A little bit of messing around after they played the ball. He just didn't let it go, did he, to be honest, Kelvin Ejigbowo? As a result.
I feel sorry there because they were on a bit of momentum as well.
It's broke it up, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Sutcliffe looking around, seeing what happens. Still
tackling, boys.
Second innings, first half. Tap taken. Ashton finding Stevenson in the central field. He continues to bring it left. It's up 1-on-1. It's a super tackle there. Now it's picked up at dummy half by Stevenson, who tosses the ball to his right hand side. On rushing is Connor Foster. Foster's inside the 20. He's another big carrier of the ball. Sutcliffe eases it right. Ashen takes it right into the line. Barker keeps it moving. They're in on that right side. It's Nathan Wright going in again. And Nathan Wright piercing the defence right at the end of this first half. It gives the visitors a little bit of hope.
Yeah, we said, let's see what they could get from the foray into the Saddleworth half. They've been behind the pump a bit. Stood behind the sticks for a little bit of time, but yeah, wants to put the ball together, moved it across into that right hand corner, and let's see who the goal kicker is for this, because obviously Tomlinson's off.
It's the 7th try of the season, by the way. It's the fullback Barker, it looks like, who's attempting the conversion. The sight of his number, I think it's Barker. I noticed a 1 there, definitely. 18-8 the score. Hope you're enjoying the coverage this evening. We're loving bringing you live National Conference League, Rugby League, whenever and wherever it's played.
If you are listening and you do want to join in on our chat board, you have a look at the little question box, isn't it? It's the speech bubble. If you look for that, you should be able to put your comments in down at the bottom.
So Barker out on the right hand side of the field, looking to convert. Is this the final act of the first half? He steps in as Barker, gives it chances. Oh, and it's waved away. Referee's whistle brings an end to proceedings, and at half time here it's 18 points to 8. So we saw Freddie Wilson opened the scoring for Saddleworth Rangers after 15 minutes with a dive between the posts. Then we saw Sam Hart at the double scoring 2 tries for Saddleworth Rangers. In between that there was a score from Lucas Smith, a really brave effort from him, finishing in the left hand corner, and then right before the break Nathan Wright went over on the right hand side. So he's right on the right. For the right.
I think that's just kept me on the game because the majority of that second half of that first half, Saddleworth really put the game together. As I said earlier on, it was everything settling down and weren't fighting to roll the ball, weren't fighting to short things about, but a couple of players who were on the short cross circuit. We've been on about Tennyson Needle, absolutely superb. And Paul Chukunya, as ever, just driving it in there and making the meters.
What about from a Saddleworth point of view? Who's impressing?
On a Saddleworth side, well, we were talking about the number 11, Adam Jeffrey again making some big runs.
Yeah.
Obviously, Matty Whitehead, who's so skillful in and around that sort of back area, along with the number 7 scrum half Ben Marsden. But yeah, I mean, as a team, they've been working together. As I say, they've been fighting to move the ball along. We've not seen a great deal of one-up rugby tonight. I mean, you might get one or two.
There's been a bit of ball movement.
There's been a lot of ball movement.
Yeah.
Fair to say. I mean, because obviously, from a confidence point of view, when you're looking at, there's something on the game, which, as you said, for both teams that there is, to give the ball as much as possible. It's been really, really good. And entertaining to watch.
Yeah, definitely another entertaining half for us here on 13 Pro Am NCL Live. We've just witnessed the first half here at Saddleworth, with Saddleworth Rangers leading Shawcross Sharks by 18 points to 8. Now, I want to just turn my attentions momentarily, and I'm sure that people listening might not like what we're going to talk about for the next couple of minutes, because I did just want to pay a little bit of credit here to Waterhead with the way that they played on Friday night. Obviously that was a game that we were both at. They played some tremendous stuff. It's probably been symptomatic of what they've done over the last couple of years, hasn't it, for Waterhead?
Yeah, as we were saying on the night, it was a pleasure to be there. Some people could say, oh, it was a big score, it was one-sided. It wasn't really, it was just that Waterhead, again, weren't frightened to wear the ball. They had some young lads out there who, again, like we've been saying, just could have easily bottled it, for want of a better word, with it being, something that gets them to win the title. Because I think is it something like 16, 17 years since they had a win like that, to bring a cup or a trophy on.
Well, certainly, they won the Barlow National Cup last season and the season before, but yeah, you're right, they've not really been in the top 2 divisions for quite a while, to be honest with you, so it's good to see them coming back. And then, as the sides are just getting ready for the second half, quick word as well about Dewsbury and the Maroons, who are excited when it gets worse.
Oh yeah, absolutely superb. I'm going to talk about that a lot more tomorrow on the show, because again, what a game that was. We're talking about a close game, and every time I go down to Monk's Lane now,
I think they wait for you. They wait for you to arrive and say, you know what, we'll have a close one today for Steve.
They won't want us to be going, because every time I'm going over late, it's not on the Wolfman's end, but it's a good game. It's a good game.
So, both our sides ready for the second half. Seconds away from the start. So Shawcross Sharks kicking to Saddleworth. The sides have swapped ends. It's 18 points to 8. And it's Barker who will get us underway. Sends the kick high. Oh, and it's well taken. Really well taken there by Rob Charles, who's shown well tonight. Neil moves into dummy half. Switches to his right hand side. There's Frockett. I want to see him when he starts. He's been absolutely tremendous as he's lifted and dumped unceremoniously. Some referees may have given a penalty there.
Mr. Pemberton had a good look at that, to tell you the truth.
Here's Morgan. A couple of early errors from him, but he's settled down nicely as Morgan. Plays it quickly as well. And away from dummy half. Oh, he's through the middle. It's a superb run by our unnamed number 18, who's 30 metres away from the line in centre field. To play this ball to Neil. Neil sets off going likewise. Beats 2 players. Beats a third. Beats a fourth. Oh, he's trying to take an all-comers. He's 5 metres out from the line. Saddleworth. Heaps of players off to the left. He's sent down the right. Here's Jeffrey. Jeffrey crosses over. Has he scored? Yes, he has. What a start to the second half.
Absolute pace all around there to get from the kick-off deep in their own half to the other end. And what's a ball movement. And again, just gone into the side of the post, which made the kick a lot easier. So, they come out absolutely firing Saddleworth.
Adam Jeffrey, the scorer at the side of the post. He's deserved that for his efforts this evening, hasn't he, so far?
Absolutely superb.
Whitehead lining up this conversion, stretches the advantage out to 22 points to 8. It's just what Rangers needed at the start of the second half.
And Jeffrey's like we were saying at half time, that he's running in hard all night, hasn't he?
He certainly has, yeah. I chatted to the Saddleworth boss, Wes Rogers, before the game, and he was saying if they can get a win tonight, it sets them up really nicely for the game against Mighton at the weekend, where they've got to travel over to Hull.
That just gives them the edge slightly.
The extra 23. 3, well in fact it's now 4 out of 4, isn't it, as far as he's concerned. 24 points to 8. The scoreline ticking along nicely.
Yeah, well, all due respect, they've all been in nice positions for him, but he only can kick them from where the guy scored the tries.
That's what you want, to be honest.
All around the post.
Yeah, that's what he's had a word before, and he said, listen, if you're going to score a try, score it near the post. So I stand a great chance of converting. So he's now up to 44 goals for the season. Barker gets us underway. There's any of about 4 players that could have picked offside there. That is a tough take. He takes it well as well as the Saddleworth man. Ball goes loose, however. It's turned over. Baines will bring it back. Alex Baines for short cross Sharks, the 40 metres out from the line. Afters in that challenge as well. Baines was lashing out. Into the middle it comes with Connor Foster. Foster rumbling forward for a 10-metre gain. He's sent left of the ruck to Stevenson. He plays in at the man on that side, Ripley.
As a forward, it looks a bit flat.
Cracking tackle nonetheless. He's felt the full impact off it as Ripley. Big challenge. And let's be honest as well, you don't see players stopping down unless they're hurting this sport, do you?
So he doesn't go straight back up. I mean, the small guys, I was looking at the winger for Saddleworth, is it Wilson?
Charles Mills.
Mills, is it? Yeah. I mean, he's not the tallest of lads, but they've absolutely been ripping him.
So Ripley, he's up on his feet. He's going to play this ball 25 metres from the Saddleworth Rangers line, over on the left-hand side of the field. I want to bring it into the middle. He is. That was a quick 10 minutes. Tomlinson rolls it forward, plays it quickly on the edge of the 20. Sent right to Asham. Asham plays it to Barker. Barker does well to step around Whitehead. Inside the 10 he goes, lays it back. Here's Chicunya for the line. Trying to force his way over. Big challenge, big defence. Sutcliffe waits dummy half duties. Sends it left. Tomlinson sees his pass cut down by the supporting player. Scoreline remains 24 points to 8.
So the ball through hands, doing some pressure on Sharks. But obviously, the ball just dropped there at the end. Tomlinson back on, I'm sure that you can see this ball moves again. Going from side to side pretty rapidly.
I think it was Connor Foster who appeared at the shoulder of Tomlinson. Yeah, and just got to losing the ball. Unfortunate there. So Saddleworth Rangers taking position 10 metres from their own line. Here comes the big centre, Oshaburo. Oshaburo doing well, still wrestling his way forward and still going outside the 20 he goes. He'll play this ball. Send it into the middle. Whitehead drops it back over his shoulder. Looking for the power pattern run there of Philip Wood. Ball sent into the middle of Froggatt. He can't half charge it in, can he? Superb run beyond his 40 metre line. Plays the ball. Last time it's signalled. It's sent long. It's a long kick. Could that be 40-20? I think he might just be short. It's a super kick. Means that short cross Sharks get this played the ball just inside their own 30 metre line. Turnover possession. Ashton looking around, trying to organise despite looking to play this ball. He's played down this right hand side to right. Not just passing it there. It's been a really good battle between him and Oshaburo. He plays the ball. Now Chicunya. Fearless runner, chalks up another 10 metres to his stats. There's this ball in centre field. Force it to the left. There's the big figure of Foster once again. Really forcing the defence backwards. Can they break? Will they go down the left hand side? Will Shawcross Shark? Ripley has it. Ripley all wrapped up by 3. So into the half.
Out, sir!
He'll go into the middle of the field. Referee says he's stolen a couple of metres there. Get back. He'll have another chance to play the ball. So Ripley complains bitterly. He's sent into the middle with Tomlinson. Pass to Ashen. Ashen takes the line on. Good defence.
Kicker, Billy, kicker!
Last tackle on this right hand side. Barker puts boots on balls. It's a crossfield kick. It's allowed to bounce. Well taken in the end by the man Rob Charles on that right wing. He runs it into the centre of the ground. Pass misses a man. Goes out with this little diminutive winger that you've been talking about, Steve. Charlie Mills.
Really busy.
He'll come through the middle again. Good run. Good tackle. Good play all round. It's 24 points to 8 to Saddleworth Rangers. We've been up and running for 8 minutes of this second half. Ball back to Whitehead. Whitehead puts it on the toe. It's a long kick. That's a super kick. Is it going to? That's a great stay in. Just before. Oh, brilliant. 40-20. Superb from Whitehead. Wanting to get on with things as well, but Shawcross Sharks burrowing their way back. Marston takes possession, hands the ball on. The big 10 roots wearing, who had a really strong start to the game. He's under the post. He's held up. They got to turn him then, didn't Steve?
Yeah.
So back to the town where the attack comes to resume. Ball's right. There's Morgan, trying to swing his way through the challenge. You feel it will come again to Waring. He lays it off to Whitehead. Whitehead keeps it moving to Neil. Does well to just alter his trajectory. Takes him past 2 defenders. Chacunya's there to stop him. 2 metres out from the line. Picks about a dummy half. Put down the left. Here's Whitehead dancing around. He's virtually got to the line again. Just stopped inside the field of play. Ojiburo just off to the left. It comes to the right hand side, however. Marston keeps it moving on to Jeffrey. Already scored 1 try in this second half. Couldn't double his efforts. Just about held up. Last tackle signal. Still they're moving forward here. Saddleworth. Long ball to the right hand side. That was bulleted in. That was great defence. There was some superb defence there. And Sam Hart, who fancied a hat-trick there, didn't he? So, turnover possession, just 5 metres from their own line. Shawcross Sharks have it all to do, trailing by 24 points to 8. Lucas Smith all wrapped up, 5 metres from his line. It's so eager. There's only 1 or 4 players he could have picked from as well on a match official.
I was just going to say, Saddler's full of energy here, a bit too much energy. But you can see they've got a bit between the teeth now, haven't they?
Certainly are. Ooh, felt that tackle on Baines. So Harrison Sutcliffe on dummy half, steps to his right hand side, then finds the run of Ripley. Short run that from Ripley too. Sutcliffe, long ball to Tomlinson. He keeps it moving. Oh, juggled by Judd. Took some sting out of his run as a result. Whitehead was able to close him down. Ashing from dummy half. Has to skip away from the tackling there of Ojiburo. Oshiburo's all over him. Referee's patience hold. Sutcliffe. Dummies then sends it. The pass was just dipping in front of Stevenson, sorry. Stevenson comes up with the error in centre field. He just looks back up at the player and says, I'm really sorry for that. Should have done better.
I think they should have forced one more. Are they trying to force it a bit too much? They didn't need to change the plans. Most teams must be feeling how to switch this game up. As you said, always hardly been out of play.
Whitehead to feed this scrum in centre field. It's just inside Shawcross's half. ball out with the number 17, which is either Blake Morgan or Phil Wood, I think we decided, or could be Josh Bradbury actually. He was just standing out in the centre. Josh Bradbury is a centre by trade. Hopefully they don't score and it's, it doesn't matter too much for us, but you know it's going to happen.
Oh, what a ball! Oh.
So the pass came in, hurtling onto that one.
Lucky Josh, yeah.
Double pumped it and he hurtling onto it. Opened the gap up. I mean, for me it looked okay, but as I say, Parker down on the pitch. He's got a much better than what we've got. So it's going to be referee is talking short to the Rangers side as they take the tap off the ball, driving it in. Just getting his watch all reset to go back. And we go driving down the side again. Referee's given a die tackle against Shawcross. So it's a penalty. Driving it in again. Number 10, absolutely. Was that it still 1-on-1? No, the referee said there was 2 in it.
Pressure's piling up, isn't it, on Shawcross Sharks? Right.
A couple of penalties there, and obviously.
Right, this number 18 that's been having a real influential role is Josh Bradbury, who's just got rid of the ball. It's Whitehead funnels it back, looking for some support. Quite close to the line again. Eventually a slamming tackle into the top from Chicunya. The number 9, Wilson, is a dummy half. Skims it into the middle. Whitehead moves it. He's wearing. Skips back to where Wilson played him in. Stepped away towards the post. Wrapped up by 3. They've hooked the leg. I don't like that tackle. I think if any tackle needs to be at Gordon Rugby League, that's the one to be fair. But it's put down this left hand side. Oh, coming onto that like a train. Popping the ball out. And Bradbury crossing in support with Jack Holden. This could well be Saddleworth Rangers night.
It was absolutely superb move. Obviously the gap came wide open with them dashing out to close the player down. Huge gap emerged and straight through it. And again, more or less under the sticks. So again, another easy kick for Mr. Whitehead back up to things. Making his time go a lot easier.
54 minutes of the game gone. Jack Holden coming up with the latest try for Saddleworth Rangers. Lovely bit of support work, to be honest. Whitehead and Bradbury combining superbly. Bradbury putting the ball out from the base of the defence was Holden. So it gives Whitehead this opportunity to convert from. He's in that corridor of uncertainty, isn't he, as a kicker, where a quality kicker, you're expecting him to kick it every day of the week. He's about 10-15 metres to the side of the post. If I was a goal kicker, these would be very nervous from these. Because you're expected to land them out. It's like 28 points to 8. Whitehead making 5 goals for the evening, to take him to 45 for the season. So he's not just a goal kicker. Oh, we've cursed him. We've cursed him. I have. Sorry, Matty. He's missed with that one. 28 points to 8 is how it remains. He's going to have to wait to see if he can get the 5th goal this evening.
Kick off. We'll let it bounce.
Tell you what, here's some good rugby here, Saddleworth Rangers.
Yeah, very much so. It makes you wonder why they are in the position that they're in, doesn't it? I'm sure they must have been playing like this for most of the season, otherwise they'd have been all up there in the mix, I'm sure.
Well, the other thing where they lost, I think it was 5 or 6 games on the bounce, and that's really put them in the position that they are fighting relegation. I'll tell you what, the result this evening will go a long way to securing safety. And then watch this team go. They've got some young players that are starting to fight their way through into the first team, but they do need to sustain this particular league placing. That's a good one again for They did really strongly.
Get onside!
Into Bradbury, he gets rid of it quickly. To the last try scorer, Holden. Then any shadows on the pitch. I like to try and dip my team sheet to follow the light, the fading light. As Bradbury crosses halfway, does a cute offload there for Waring. The next under 5 or 6 metres, plays the ball quickly. Wilson puts it left. Morgan, he gets strong, surges 15 metres down the ground. Baines has a devil's own job of stopping him. 30 metres out. Wilson does well despite taking the impact of the challenge, doesn't make any yardage forward, however. Well down his left hand side with Whiter, finds his kick charge down.
Get on it,
Much forward on the deck there for Charles Wells. We're never in that conversation. He looks like butter, wouldn't melt that winger.
The touch judges just giving them detention if I'm not wrong.
Don't go questioning my decision. 28 points to 8. We're into the closing 20 minutes of this game. Tell you what, it's another 20 minutes.
Absolutely fluid.
Whoa, big hit on Fred. He's losing metres. He's carried back 10, 12, 15. Made that nearly 20 metres. Superb from Saddleworth Rangers. Such an organised defensive effort there. And it's brought right from Russell, who chalks off 5 of those metres. Still they're playing this ball, just 35 out from the wrong line. Stevenson on to Baines. Baines as well. Asher moving to dummy half. Still just 40 metres away from the wrong line. Stevenson has it. Stevenson rolls the ball across his chest. Works his way to the halfway. He's won a penalty. He's only a little lad. Then there's a couple of things that are said on the deck. Referee moves in, stops the clock. Just to make sure there's no skullduggery happening. You know what? That's a word that's not used often enough in rugby league terms. I remember doing a post-match interview once upon a time with Darren Abram, who perhaps people listening to this will know of Darren because he played a long time ago. When he was coaching, he watched it Haaland of skullduggery. I did like that, but penalty has gone against Shawcross Sharks, lashing out at the play of the ball. You can't do that. You can't give away a penalty when you've got hold of the ball, Steve.
Oh, that's absolutely shouldn't know that. We've certainly got between the two here, Saddleworth. Both important good players.
To tap it, Bradbury moves it across his chest. There's Froggett.
Go on, Froggy.
I'll tell you what,
Really?
I'm going early. He's a real contender for man of the match for me. He's Froggett. Oh, Wilson cleverly dummies to his right, shimmies his way forward. Tomlinson there to stop him. Attacked by Russell, but they're just 30 metres away from the line again. Looks like the pressure is building. Kneeled, rolling the ball across his chest. It's like a little tugboat. Gets his way forward. Powerful player.
He gets on some momentum, you're hard to stop him.
And as will this fellow, the centre on his left hand side, Ojiburo. He has lost the ball. It's been a really good battle on this side between him and his opposite centre Nathan Wright. Wright got the better on that goal, and it means there's a penalty as well to Shawcross Sharks because the player stood offside from the Saddleworth point of view. So they'll bring it out to the 20 metre mark. It's tapped by Fred. Perhaps I had a penalty there.
I thought that was so bad.
Came out, stretched out, came in from his head. Ojiburo. Continue to battle their way forward, Shawcross. Standard of this division. We've got Shawcross who are sitting in third spot. Again, I'm putting that down to brilliant defence on the edge from Saddleworth Rangers. Ojiburo, big handoff comes in. He sets off for the middle. Tries to make it a penalty because the tackle just strayed high.
Looks like the card's coming out. This for Tomlinson again. Second spell in the bin.
Well, Tomlinson simming for a second time in this game.
Big boy, Calvin.
After 62 minutes.
again, as I said before, they'll struggle with ultimate because a lot of the players are going down to the half-back partnership now to see how they can move things and the Sharks moving. They've got to defend at the moment.
Yeah, Frogger hurls his big frame forward. He's within 10 metres of the line. Wilson will skim it right. Strong running there. Stop me if you can. I tell you what, he's going virtually under the post there. Trying to see who that is who's beneath that challenge. He ran past so quickly, he was like a black and white flash. Wilson to his right hand side. Finds Bradbury. He runs back to the left. Slips an offload out to Wilson. Wilson able to get back in support. Ducks one challenge. Ashton looking up to concede a penalty there. Referee says, get back Wilson. Holdings at dummy half. Sends it left. Whitehead. Fancies a run himself. Almost surges over. Wilson. He goes for a second try. Someone dummy. He's come down the left instead. Oh, it's big hands off galore going in. Shapiro back to the middle. Still going. Good defence. It was good defence. They forced him back to where the big men were. Eventually the tackle is completed. Last tackle is out on the right hand side. Bradbury. Quick hands. Is this Jeffrey? Is Jeffrey getting over the line? He's not getting over the line. He's near the touchline. The game was on the line there, wasn't it? Literally, the tackling was superb from the Sharks. Looks like a feeding frenzy then in the corner.
From Saddleworth's point of view, not a bad place to turn the ball over, right on the opposition try.
Sometimes better than a kick, isn't it?
Very much, very much.
Inside the last 20 minutes. They'll be doing some with Shawcross Sharks to overturn this advantage for them. Trailing by 20 points, Saddleworth have been good value. Here's Ashton, kicks over the top, Frames after this one, he's chasing through, oh he's hacked it forward, he's chasing up against Neil, Neil's has spilled it, Mills is offside. And he's penalised for being offside, but he had to touch it, he had to get it. That is what Shawcross have to do in these closing stages. They've got to mix it up.
I said they've got to try something a little bit different.
So Russell taps, sends the ball in field to Ashton. He drops it back over his shoulder, looking to Alex Baines. Baines will play it to Russell. He'll move it left to Stevenson. Nice movement again out to Ripley on that left hand side. Tom Ripley, who's been busy. Ball continues to go down that way. Little ducking run. Here's Ripley backing up in support. Ben Ripley on this occasion, 2 metres out from the line. Can they get themselves over here? Shawcross sent back to the middle. Barker just drops it back looking for Tennyson Neagle. Neagle keeps it moving. Barker gets it back on the right hand side. Continues to come down the right with Ashton. Ashton, oh lovely worked. Out to Frame. Frame for the corner. Frame's caught in the corner. Lovely tackling from them. Can they hold up again? He has gone in
right on the corner.
Picked up out of dummy half, and that's a try there for Nathan Wright, his second of the game. They've not given up hope yet of Shawcross Sharks.
Wow. Like we were saying, that little chip over, giving them momentum, took them down into the Saddleworth half. Moved the ball about, fetched it back to this right hand side. We thought it looked like it was dead and the set would be completed, but no, back to the corner and the winger riding on the touchline.
Right, picking up out of dummy half to score it. Has Stevenson sent that on goal with it? He has.
Well, is it too late? That's what we've got to ask. But Fancy's on.
I was just about to say, write them off at your peril. It's now 28 points to 14. We've got about 13 minutes remaining. Still should be doable, really, for Rangers, this.
And they're down to 12 men.
Shawcross Shark playing with 12 men at the minute. They're going to have to do that for another 4 minutes or so. Whitehead on the halfway line. Everybody's ready for the restart. Whitehead sends this long. Oh, it's allowed to bounce again. They've missed it, Shawcross. Oh, so too of Saddleworth. The ball's gone loose. Oh, crazy play in the end. There's a penalty here to Saddleworth Rangers because of the tackle off the ball. And they managed to turn that into a superb attacking opportunity.
I thought from the bounce of the ball straight away they would have got it, but obviously somebody Mr. Whitehead a little bit of a push. It looked like initially a trip, but obviously the referee didn't think so. Certainly puts Saddleworth in it once again in a great position in the short cross half.
Whitehead handed the ball to Wilson, says go and have a tap, and he does, and he gives it to Frogger, but the referee says no, you wait for my mark. You will go on my first whistle. Gladiators as Frogger charges his way to the line. Look at that footwork. Oh, they carried him over the line. They've dumped him off the ground. It's going to be a 20-metre tap. It's a short cross Sharks because they carried him off the field. He's off the island. Oh, I'll tell you what, good play from back. Running down the left hand side for short cross Sharks. Makes it as far as the 40-metre line. Smith turns it infield. Stevenson keeps it moving. The tackle comes in. The offload comes in as well from Ben Ripley. Will Stevenson wasn't taken high. Referee looks up, gives the penalty. They're not giving up hope in this one, have they?
As we said, that tried to give them some momentum. I think it's strange how when a team goes down by a play, how they step up the game.
Sometimes galvanise the counter. So tap to be taken here. Stevenson takes control again. Lays it off to Tennyson Eagle, who really did charge off the back fence of that one. Made a good 15 metres. He's still going forward despite having two players hanging off him. He'll play this in the centre field to Russell. Russell puts it right to Ashen. Ashen teases the line, passes out to Barker, who juggles with it. And Sam Hart took him high. Referee will just stop the clock here. Go and have a quick chat with the judge. What's there anything in it?
No, man.
Yeah, it is. It's a yellow card for Hart.
Squares it all up with 12 inch.
Well, he's bound to have a heart to heart with his coach on the sideline, isn't he? After getting himself sin-binned.
Who bought you this dad's joke?
11 minutes remaining.
So we'll be back for 1 minute then. That's it's going to be interesting.
Be a winning effort from him as he goes back on, or will it be in vain? Sharks to launch this attack. 15 metres out from the line. Some questions asking about how long is remaining. Russell to tap this ball. Ashen wants it. Ashen gets it. Tennyson Eagle wants it. He gets it. That's a super drive again inside the 20.
He's certainly done some business to this, hasn't he?
He has, as it's past left. Stevenson out to Barker. Oh, he just lost his footing. Tried to apply the brakes to go down the other side. Couldn't quite do that. So he's run out of dummy half by that man Lucas Smith, who goes towards the try line again. He fancies a second of Smith.
Come back over towards this right hand side.
Certainly he'd fancy it. It's a scrappy ball. Eventually picked up there by Stevenson. Spun out to Wright, Nathan Wright. Offload to no one in particular. It's picked up by Wilson. Superb pick up from the Saddleworth hooker. They've launched the counter attack with 30 metres out from their own line here, Saddleworth. Whitehead feeds it left. First of all, Charles Mills. Still going. Makes it to the 40. Referee decides there's a penalty there. Bit of both a high tackle and a rip out. He could have been penalised for two things there, to be honest. Take the 10. Neil's using all his experience. Knows that they've just got to handle this next 10 minutes. He'll tap this at the halfway line. Turns the ball in field. That's a superb drive from Kenway. Good 15 metres made there, Steve.
It was uphill as well. Had to put some effort in there.
And then it's pushed out. Oh, that's silly from Kenway.
Look at all the hard work.
And won the set restart too. Oh, who do this coaching malarkey when you've got players who do things like that. It's no wonder they turn prematurely grey and lose their hair.
That's something no line, eh?
So they'll be checking his own camera footage because he's wearing one of the many cameras that we see around the Conference League these days. It's a training tool.
To be fair, it looks something.
Keep your shoulders in! Come on!
Push over.
Put him on with
We'll
that!
see, as they say.
So 28 points to 14 is the score. Three tries, to be honest, and a couple of goals as well. The Shawcross Sharks is Tyson Neal, who's on the inside the opposition half of the field. Is there something coming for them? Russell passes left to Stevenson. Stevenson plays it at the front man. Tomlinson charging forward. We've not seen him make that many metres forward. He has had 2 stints off the field. There is another head-high tackle on him though, so he's done well to tease and penalty out of the opposition. This is dangerous territory, this, for Rangers. They look like they had this game sewn up a few minutes ago, but Shawcross are coming at them.
Tomlinson's back on the floor for Shawcross as well.
He won the penalty, spins the ball into the hands of Stevenson, who finds Ashen, who gets the ball wide to Toulson. Good drive from Toulson, inside the 20 he goes. He's about 7 metres in from touch. Plays it to right. 2 tries for him this evening. Ashen keeps it moving to Tennyson Neagle. Good ball tackle there. Next tackle supreme from Wilson. Still they continue to keep his attack going down the right hand side. Toulson slipping the ball out. They're in at the corner. Hang on, the referee hasn't given it yet. Goes over to his touch judge. We think it's a try. Is it going to be awarded? He's hidden behind a bush in the corner. He has, he's given the try. So I think it's the winger on this right hand side, Josh Frayne, who scored a try on Friday evening, popping up for his 8th try of the National Conference League season.
Bringing the kick up quick.
Yeah, he wants to get on with things to Devon Stevenson. Never seen a player kick as quick. He's got it as well. 2 goals for Stevenson. There's the score line.
Looks like it was a penalty try.
A penalty from in front of the post. So I'm just looking, so that made it 24. That's wrong. That scoreboard's wrong. That scoreboard's wrong because it was 28-14 for the kick.
28-20.
So 4. We've got 4 tries and 2 goals, so 20, it's making 22. So 28 points to 22. So to be honest, still a converted try away. But they were a lot further down, 28 points to 14. So they've got really excited on this scoreboard. It's reading 28 points to 26.
Scoreboard will worry in the locals because it's that score.
Stevenson with his 3rd goal of the game. Need to get that scoreboard right. Everybody looking at it could be in crazy territory. We've got 3 players offside for the Saddleworth Rangers. That's the longest kick we've seen this evening. Neagle has it under his arms. Surges back to the 20. Look, he's having a one-man wrecking mission on that Saddleworth defence, and he's got it 30 metres out from his line. So still 6 points behind in this one. Ashen passes out to his right hand side. There's right. It's a good game this evening, as I say, right. Good 5-6 metres. Tossed into the middle of Stevenson. Now Tomlinson. Getting all corners to come to him. Probably owes his teammates a big favour, to be fair. Tomlinson has 2 yellow cards.
Getting on his own commemorative seat if there's another yellow card.
Good run out from the half. Stevenson slips the ball into no man's land. There's a real collision of players. It's cleaned up by Shawcross Sharks and Russell, who charges beyond the halfway line in centre field. They're still down by 6 points in this one. Ball past the right hand side. Chacunya rides the challenge of Waring, gets away from 2. Whitehead clomps onto the ball. He's not letting go for love nor money. Chacunya will play it 40 metres out from the line. It's sent right to Ashen. Ashen taking the line on. Hasn't done that too many times. Almost slips the net. He's 25 metres out from the line. Plays it to Toulson. Toulson runs for the middle. Alters his stance. Still going again, Toulson. Plays it inside the 20. There's going to be a stoppage here. Whitehead just struggling to get back.
So the scoreboard's on.
Yeah, 28 points to 22. We've had a bit of a recount. Ball sent back to Stevenson. They've not finished here of the Sharks. There's Tomlinson. Out wide! Can he get it down? I can't even see who that is over in that corner. He's in the shadow of the scoreboard. Last tackle signal. Moves into Tomlinson. Tomlinson throwing a dummy. Finds an offload. Yeah, moving it down this right hand side. Ashen to right. Right steps. Right is in. Oh, what a score from Wright. Don't go anywhere. Tell you what, that's a superb try given the state of play in this game. Wow, wow, wow.
Success they've had down this right hand side has been brilliant the second half. They look dead and buried. Absolutely, totally, utterly dead and buried. But, they've got the momentum. Momentum seemed to come with Tomlinson's second spell on the sin bin. He stepped up again, and as I said, the back pairing needed to possibly get something together. A little chip over, which got the momentum going for the first try. And they've gone in for 2 more down this side as well.
Superb hat-trick score there from Nathan Wright. Stevenson, understandably, taking a little longer with this conversion attempt. I don't think the ball's reached him yet, to be honest. And that's what the hold-up is. Referee says, bring it back. Bring it back. You've stole a metre.
The ball's not stuck in the tree. Just lining up for this one now.
We could have a Mike Bassett job here. You know where the balls go missing. They're locked. Have a check of some of the coaching staff's cars. They might be locked in the boot.
This game, as I said earlier on, it was virtually dead and buried to a certain degree. Saddleworth looked to have it. Ball tie, base wrapping on it, everything. But I've got to say, Shawcroft, of course, not up there for nothing, are they? Here we go.
Stevenson, has he kicked it? Yes, he has. It's 28 points each.
All square.
Wow, wow, wow. Don't go anywhere. 28 points each. Absolutely tremendous. They got a bit excited with the scoreboard before, but it definitely is 28 points each. We've got the abacus going. Steve, while I commentate on this last couple of minutes of action, will you see what the draw might do to the league table? Just then we've got a bit of an idea. So, it's back on the halfway line with Whitehead. He'll send this as long as he can. Straight down the ground. Comes Collector. The Eagle has it in his arms. Destructive run again. Gets away from the first. Pushes 3 players back. Do they fancy another one? Is there enough time? We look at the referee. He's not checked his clock yet. Chicunya takes the search. He's 30 metres away from his own line. Russell, that dummy half. Turns it to his left to Tomlinson. Brilliant run from Tomlinson, that one. 15 metre carry at this stage of the game. Tired defence, they're hanging off him, they're trying to do the best to stop him. Ashen has it in the middle of the field, puts it right, back, keeps it moving. Here's Wright again. Over the halfway line he goes. Eventually wrestled to the ground by Ojiburo. Infield it's moved, it's a scrappy pass, Chicunya cleans it up. Sets off through the middle, finds an offload. Here's Stevenson, ducks to the left, comes back to the right. Here's Ashen. Ashen taking the line on. He stopped 40 metres out from the line. Last tackle signal here. Where's this going? He's back with Tomlinson. Tomlinson going for the drop goal. Tomlinson instead finds the tree to the right hand side of the post. That was nowhere near. 28 points apiece. It remains. And here comes Saddleworth Rangers. Do they fancy a try? It's got to go a long, long way. So what would this do to everybody?
Yeah, well, if it doesn't, the United States going to go drop. It gives 14 points to Saddleworth, who would then be equal with Mighton Warriors.
And what's point difference like there?
Points difference.
Get him on side!
So Mighton still have the better on point difference, don't they? So they would remain in pole position, but it sets up the weekend's game very nicely between those two. And what about the draw? What would that do for
Short Sharks? Well, do it.
What a score! Oshaburo, well, he's seen his opposite centre score 3 tries against him. He's popped up out of nowhere, broke from his own half, fed the ball in field, and the old man of the team, Steve Neal, he's still got the pace and power in those legs to get over the line.
As I was saying, looking at how deep they were in their own half there, could they go virtually the full length to get a score, or even get near for an attempt of a drop goal? They've managed to go under the sticks, and again, kick easy for Whitehead
to add them, yeah. This would be his 5th goal of the game. Hang on, I've said this before. I'm going to turn away. I'm going to let you commentate on this one, Steve. But one thing that we do know is that if it stays like this now, this is a real shot in the arm for Saddleworth Rangers. This would take them above Mighton to play them at the weekend. Oh, it's an awful shot, isn't it? It's the great escape on.
The thing is as well, it's a good lesson for them. It's a tough lesson, but they've shown that they can
This might be it.
together.
This is it.
This with the last kick of the game.
This will be the last one.
A little bit closer than before, steps up. And he doesn't miss that one, puts it over.
And that's where we my car as well. I'm a happy man. 34 points to 28. We have seen a superb game of rugby league
Obviously, we went to watch Ulster at the weekend against Dundee, which was excellent. And this one has been possibly better to some extent. It's been nip and tuck all the way.
Tomlinson goes short with the restart. They palmed it back. Oh, it's spilled by Stevenson. Someone needs to dive on it. Referee holds the clock up. Says there's still time for a scrum in favour of Saddleworth. They'll walk their way to this scrum, surely.
Time, Froggy!
And there's the final whistle,
Final whistle has sounded. What a win! It's taken at the death by Saddleworth Rangers. Absolutely fantastic for them. Superb that they have come back to claim this win. We've got to give immense credit to Shawcross Sharks as well, who fought back from 28 points to 8 down, remember Steve, to draw the game at 28 points each. But then you can't take anything away from the elderly legs these days of Stephen Neal. He found an extra gear, he found the support from Kelvin Oshaburo to race over at the side of the post and touchdown. It was converted by Matty Whitehead. 5 goals for him this evening. Just take you through the tail of the tape. So other tries scored in this game from Adam Jeffrey, 1 as well from Freddie Wilson, 1 from Jack Holden, 2 from Sam Hart, who found himself sin bin at one point. We also saw Deck Tomlinson sin bin not once but twice. He had to outdo his opponent into getting himself sin bin twice. But we saw some brilliant movement. So Josh Frayne scored a try, Nathan Wright added 3 to his tally, Lucas Smith did 1 as well, Evan Stevenson 4 goals. Oh, I'm breathless, Steve.
Absolutely superb game, that Parker. And what you've got to do is give both teams credit, because we're talking about a Tuesday night. You know, we mentioned it many times on the show with regards to people having to work, etc. And it's hard enough to get the time off and get yourself up for the weekend game, but to do it on a midweek, and it's been absolutely beautiful. Obviously, they're in bathed in darkness now, just floodlights on the pitch, and it's absolutely beautiful venue. Been a fantastic match. Man of the match, Frankie, for you?
Man of the match for me, I'm gonna go Frogger for Saddleworth. I thought his yardage players absolutely superb. He really did surge onto the ball, made himself a real menace throughout. What about yourself, Steve?
Yeah, I would say Froggett, but I think overall, I think Whitehead, I think its class tells. he was always doing it in everything. Obviously his goal kicking as well. He missed the one that he put the knockers on. But other than that, yeah, I totally agree with Froggy. The forwards on both sides, to be fair, didn't disappoint, did they? I mean, there was no holding back. They were riding it. And saying that, it sounds like it was a forwards game. It wasn't. The ball saw loads of on both sides. And yeah, what a game, Froggy.
What a superb game it has been as well. So we will sign off here at Saddleworth in the knowledge that it's Saddleworth Rangers who have climbed the league table above Mighty Warriors, with the two to play each other at the weekend. As far as the visitors are concerned, well, their crazy end of the season continues with a game against Milford on Saturday. They've got East Leeds to play next Wednesday night and end their season with a game at Woolston Rovers, which I'm sure you'd like to catch, Steve.
I'll be there for that one, certainly for that.
So we're going to sign off here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for showing us the love, and thank you to both clubs for allowing us to provide this coverage. We'll sign off here. Saddleworth Rangers successful by 34 points to 28.